I am the disabled guy with the disabled life. So, this podcast is going to be about some disabled issues, a little bit about my life, but more of current events, sports, and those type of things, and things that are of interest to the disabled community. Like, let's say, let's talk about something. Example: ADA, those type of things like that. Things that affect the community is something that's important to me, and some current events where I will pick a news story that I know it will affect the disabled community, and I will tell you how I feel about it. A lot of this podcast is going to turn into how I feel about what's going on in this world, always from the perspective of a disabled individual and disabled person. Once again, what I call myself is a disabled guy. The podcast name is The Disabled Life. Well, what I'm going to talk about today is the Super Bowl. And let me also say that I will also talk about the Monday night game on the Wednesday episode. I am not going to make this podcast strictly about football, even though I enjoy football, but this is not something I can't do it that way. I don't want to do it that way. So, let me talk about the football game. Okay, first of all, at least I was happy to see the football game this year because it went over to CBS, the CBS affiliate, which is Channel 4 for me here locally. But that's irrelevant now. In years past, it was on Fox. We have Dish. Dish is an argument with Fox where they took it down, what have you. So I couldn't watch the football for 2 years. That's rather here nor there, but I enjoy football. But I'm going to say this. Okay, they did not announce when the pregame show was going to be on. And so I thought that was going to be the case at 6:30. I love the pregame show. I love that show. But this year I could not see the game, the pregame show, I'm so sorry. And it was a downer for me. And because the way they announced it. So now, let me tell you. So I watched the game, and they made a lot of hoopla about Taylor Swift, because Taylor Swift is dating one of the Chiefs players, Kansas City Chiefs players. So I'm like, I could care less about Taylor Swift, whether or not she got to the game. To me, she's like she said, I am a regular person. I'm a regular person supporting my boyfriend. And I'm like, okay. But they made a big thing out of that, And so anyway, now let's get to the game. I thought that the San Francisco 49ers were going to win this game because they had it up. They were up. So, things, and then the Chiefs came up and they tied. And they came up, they tied. So then, another thing I didn't like was the amount of non-penalties that were being called. They were just crazily calling penalties that were not penalties. So I was not happy about that. So we go in there and I'm like, the 49ers are winning. They had 10-3, then 10-6, whatever. Okay, and all of a sudden they tied at 19 in the late fourth quarter, enough to go, and they went into overtime. So the next thing, all of a sudden, Taylor Swift's boyfriend makes a play. And they just run the ball into the end zone. And that was the first touchdown. The second one that was relevant at the end it was another one that was a rookie player that had never touched the football that whole game. But anyway, I'm happy that they got a two-peat. I hope they get a three-peat. I hope it's something that as a disabled male, I enjoy football. I enjoy sports, but I don't enjoy. I can't go. I can go to the places where they do sports, but the thing I don't like about it is that is that is also this is that I have to go where the witchers go, and I have no choice where to sit. And sometimes those seats are not good. They have to accommodate seats, but I understand that sometimes those seats are not any good. And they cost a lot of money. And for example, with football, you can only see half the game because when they're on the other end, it's difficult to watch. You have to have binoculars and all this stuff that I don't think it is. I don't think I should have to do that, or I would have to be in a position to watch the big screen. And maybe maybe some people like it for the atmosphere. Sorry about that horn. Maybe some people love it for the atmosphere, but to me, I rather sit home relaxed, eat what I want to eat, go to the restroom when I want to go to the restroom. Not pay a bunch of expensive food. I don't want to do that, and maybe not good food. For example, I'll give you the example we had for dinner last night. We had a crustacean for dinner. I don't know what it's called. It's called the langostino in Spanish, for those of you that know Spanish. I don't know the name in English. So, there has been some change. So that's what I'm saying. I like sports, but I like to sit home and watch them. I do watch sports. I do have some college games that I have not finished watching because it's recorded. So I'm just telling you. That's my thoughts on the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl to me felt like a regular game, except for the Taylor Swift hoopla. That's something that, well, that's rather here nor there. It's something that, what I do feel as disabled people, I feel that we should have better access to sports, to stadiums, to arenas. That's my take on it. What I feel they're doing is the minimum they have to do. And I understand why they do that, but I disagree with that. That's an ADA topic for me. And I have some other ADA topic issues there. So it's something, that's why I'm tying all these in, because ADA has a lot to do with things that public places do. And there's things I disagree with that they do, and there's things that I agree with that happen. So let me, at this point, I've been talking for 8 minutes here. I'm going to continue. So, back to the football for a minute. I think that also the tickets for the Super Bowl are super, super expensive. I don't think it's right. I think this is my opinion. You can say whatever opinions you want. My opinion is that the stadium should be, not the stadium, the game should be played in alternating the AFC champion stadium or the NFC champion stadium alternating. I don't know why they award the game to some random state. I really don't. It's neither the Kansas City Chiefs or the San Francisco 49ers had nothing to do with the Las Vegas. And here we are in Las Vegas. I don't know. That's something I also don't like. They should just do it, provide it, and put it in to give the fans of either the NFC team or the AFC team the ability to watch such a game when they wish. It should be done so that they watch it in their own stadium. At least that is my opinion on all this. Once again, thank you for listening to my episodes. I am the disabled guy with the disabled life. So, let me tell you where you can listen to me. You can listen to me on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, many others, and you can also leave comments, messages there on Apple Podcast and on Spotify and on Good Pods. Those are the places you can leave messages for me. And if I decide to put the link in, you can also leave messages. If you are a Spotify account holder, you can also leave a message with us on that, and I'll be happy to put those in. Now, also, one thing you can do is follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna be a lot more active on Twitter, and maybe a few other social media spots. With that, thank you for listening. My episodes are going to come out Saturday and Wednesday, both 10 p.m. Either 10 Eastern or 10 Daylight Savings Time, depending on when the episodes are recorded, the time of year. Once again, thank you for listening.